For the 100% cheapest coins on the internet with reliable delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor MMOEXP by clicking the link at the top of the description and use code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Salsa family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 22 video on the channel, and in today's video, the Ultimate Kickoff promo is here in the game and there's a way to get 488 overall cards for free. So in today's video, not only am I going to show you guys how to get these cards for free, but we're also going to talk about the fastest way possible to do so.
Great success!
And as we get into this video, the last time I did this was an absolute huge success. So if you guys want any 88 overall Ultimate Kickoff player, simply comment the card you want down below in the comment section and be subscribed to the channel. In exactly 24 hours, I'll be picking a random comment, I'll be replying to you if you want and adding your name to the pinned comment, and we'll get in touch and I'll get you that card for free.
Nice.
But let's get into free card number 1 right here, boys, and the fastest way possible to pick up this player, we're going to be going to our solo challenges and we're going to be going to the Ultimate Kickoff solos. So as we hop into our solos, as you guys can see, there is a new Ultimate Kickoff set of solos, and as we go to these missions, you guys are going to notice that when you get up to 80 stars, you're going to be getting yourself an 88 overall NCAT Ultimate Hero Fantasy Pack. Now, as you guys will notice, I was already able to get up to tier number 7. What I'm going to do really quickly is open up the pack and show you guys what's inside. Then we're going to go over some super helpful hints to get up to tier number 7 and get this pack as quickly as possible. So yeah, here's what the pack's going to look like right here, boys. We'll open this up, and this is basically going to have every single 88 overall player. There are 32 cards in here, 1 for every single team, and you can basically select whichever player you want and add them to your squad. Sadly, these are NCAT cards, so they're not auctionable and they're not able to go into sets, so that kind of sucks right there. But there's actually some really good cards in here that I would definitely recommend you guys do these solos for to make sure you're getting one of these players for your team. So where were we? Like I was saying before, boys, I want to showcase the fastest way possible to get up to 80 stars. What I'm going to do right here is I'm going to go through the solos I played in the AFC section and the NFC section, and if you guys are looking to get up to 80 stars and you're looking to do so in the fastest way possible, I would honestly just recommend you guys copy the challenges that I played. Essentially what I did is, like I do every single time, I go through all the challenges and I'll kind of figure out which of them are going to be the fastest to do. So as you guys will see right here, for this Bills solo challenge, this is a win game solo. You gotta play a full quarter. We don't really want to do that, but for this Bengals solo, this only requires you to get 3 tackles. That's going to be super simple. All you're going to really have to do is just play any defense you want, let the CPU run literally whatever play they want, and then make the tackle whenever they do that. So what I essentially did is I went through every single solo and I would pick out the easiest solos to do. This is score 14 points. We don't want to do that. That's taking you 2 drives, but this challenge right here, that simply requires you to complete 5 passes. So what I'm going to do right here is scroll through every single solo. You guys can pause the video as I do this. I did Bengals, Browns, Chargers, Chiefs. We did Dolphins, Jaguars, Ravens, Patriots, Steelers, and Titans for the AFC side of things. I would recommend you guys copy the exact solos that I did, and when you guys play these, you want to do them on full star and you want to go for that bonus star. As you can see, the majority of the time, the bonus star is going to be related to the requirement. So for this solo right here, we got to score a rushing touchdown in the second quarter, and we also got to rush for 20 yards. Just knock out the bonus star and knock out the requirement as you go through these, and if you copy the solos that I played right here, you're going to be getting up to 80 stars in, I would say, about 25 minutes. These were pretty quick. So for this first sequence, I got 40 stars. For the second sequence right here, I was also able to pick up 40 stars by doing the solos that you guys will see. We did Bears, we did Bucks, we did Cardinals, Falcons, Washington, 49ers, Giants, Lions, we did Saints, and we did Seahawks. And again, as I went through these, I was picking out the easiest solos to do, score 2 passing touchdowns. We don't have time for that. We'd rather play this Giants one right here, which requires you to pass for 50 yards. That's going to be a whole lot faster. So if you guys want to pause the video as I went through these, or maybe come back to this video as you're going through the solos, you can definitely be sure to do that. But by following these challenges and doing the ones that I did, you're going to be doing this in, I would say, about 30 minutes, and you're claiming that fantasy pack. Okay, so that is free player number 1, boys. Now for free player number 2, again, we are actually staying in the solos, and there's a way to get 2 free players from these solos. As you guys will notice, when we scroll on down a little bit further in these milestones, at tier number 9, when you get up to 120 stars, we're getting the exact same pack right here, another 88 overall NCAT Ultimate Kickoff Hero Fantasy Pack. Now, in order to get this pack, you gotta get up to 120 stars. That is a pretty high number, boys. As you guys can see, there are 32 challenges in here. So basically what this means is you gotta play through 30 of the 32 solos while collecting 4 stars in all the solo challenges. So basically what that means is as you're going through these solos, you gotta really play all of them. Essentially what you can do is if there's a challenge in here that you're struggling with, or one that's going to take you a while, so let's say like a win game solo that's going to take you the full game, you can probably skip that challenge, because basically what you guys can do is not play 2 of the solos in these sequences. But if you guys don't want to do 120 stars, I would say 80 stars is an absolute must. It really only takes you like 25 minutes, like I said before, by picking out the easiest solos to do. But if you're looking to get to 120, you're going to have to play through all of them except for 2 solos, like I said before. And these challenges, they're pretty easy, boys. I would say that it's probably going to take me like another 25 minutes, and then I'll I'll have 120 stars and I'll have 2 of these packs for free. Also, boys, as I played through these solos, let me share 2 little helpful hints with you guys. For any of the get tackle solos, sometimes those can be a little bit challenging. What I'm going to get you to do is I want you to call a play like prevent or man up 3 deep to basically allow the CPU to complete a pass or run the football, and you can easily get the tackle. If you play like a regular defense, sometimes what's going to happen is the CPU will throw the ball away or they'll throw an incomplete pass, and we don't want that. We want them completing passes and we want them running the football, so come out in something like prevent if you have a solo like this. Also want to let you guys know, when it comes to the passing solos, they are on competitive mode, and for some reason it's not that easy to bomb the defense, so don't get impatient. Don't be just throwing up verticals. What I'd recommend you guys do is like run your offense, run what you would regularly do. You're going to move the ball really quickly, but don't get too impatient with the passing ones, because they're honestly not as easy as they seem. They're probably going to take you like 1 to 2 plays for most of the passing ones. Obviously, for something like this, passing for 20 yards in 5 plays, you can probably do that instantly, but if you got to score a touchdown and you're starting at like the 25-yard line or the 50-yard line, you probably don't want to do it in 1 play, because you are going to throw some interceptions, because this is competitive mode. And if this video is helping you out, boys, be sure to drop a like. I would greatly appreciate it. Next up, let's get into free player number 3. We're going to the missions, and we are going to the ultimate season missions. Now, very similar to our campus hero objectives, which I've almost completed right here, there is another set of objectives that are honestly super simple, giving you basically the exact same reward. And let's go through these. I'll talk about some of these missions, but in my opinion, I would say these missions are definitely harder than the other one, and I don't know if I'm going to be grinding for these. So let's go through these missions. I'll talk about what you guys want to do. So firstly, starting it off, getting 100 stars in Ultimate Kickoff solos, I would personally recommend that you guys probably get up to 120 stars anyway, so you're probably going to knock this out anyways. When it comes to completing 1 set, unfortunately right now, the Ultimate Kickoff player exchange and the Ultimate Kickoff player stats, they are not like the Campus Hero set. There's no set in here that I can like basically guarantee you're going to break even with. As you guys will see, when we go to Ultimate Kickoff and we go to the exchange, I would say this is probably the best set to do right here, boys. It's going to be this exchange set right here for some 82 to 85 overall players. You can really do whichever one of these you want. I would say that personally, this set is going to be easier to do. You got to put in some elites, you got to put in some golds, and you're getting a random 82 to 85s. This is sometimes going to make you coins. It's sometimes going to lose you coins, but it's probably the cheapest set you can do and get credit with getting that objective. And then next up, boys, we've got winning 15 games with at least 15 rushing attempts. Like, honestly, that's just so challenging to do. Who's running the ball 15 times? You got to play a solo and maybe run the ball 15 times over, but that's what I'm saying about this list. Like, these are much harder to do, and because some of these are so challenging, I'm not really going to worry about getting my rushing yards. I'm not going to worry about getting my forced fumbles. I'm thinking I'm probably going to let this happen naturally. Like, win 25 games with passing for 200 plus yards. That is going to take you a long time, boys. Honestly, what I think I'm going to do is just let this all happen naturally. I'll play regularly like I do in head-to-head seasons. I'll play regularly like I do in solo challenges, and once I get close to completing this list, then maybe I'll come back in here and maybe I'll start to finish off like the last couple of ones. But as you guys can see, at least the head-to-head stuff is easier. Winning 25 head-to-head games, it's going to take you a while. Passing for 20 touchdowns in head-to-head games, at least that's easier than like the 80 plus rushing yards. And rushing for 10 yards in head-to-head games, again, not too challenging, which is good right there. Winning 10 games while completing 2 2-point conversions, I would say that you probably want to do this in solo challenges, and I would probably just wait. Honestly, what I'm going to do is I'll probably look back at this objective list in maybe like a week or 2 weeks and see how many of these I have left over, and if there's like 4 of them or 5 of them left over, then maybe I'll go and grind for a couple of them. But for now, I'm not worrying about this, just because some of these, they're just too challenging. Like winning 25 games with passing for 200 yards, that's going to be an absolute grind. Then rushing 15 times and winning the game, again, an absolute grind. I would just let these happen naturally, to be honest. And finally, I guess the final free player, we'll call it, quote unquote, EA kind of debated it with us. As you guys can see, when we go to the Ultimate Kickoff sets and we go to the exchange set, there's this set right here, the 88 overall hero fantasy pack. But sadly, when it comes to doing this, you have to actually play in the yard. And as you guys can see, you basically need 4 collectibles, and when you get the 4 collectibles, then you end up completing this set. Now, to get the 4 collectibles, these are the 4 objectives that you got to do in the yard. So the first one is 400 receiving yards, not that challenging. I get an INT, not that challenging. Catch 3 touchdowns in a single game. I don't know how hard that is. I don't play the yard. Then score 9 plus touchdowns. That's going to be the final one right here. But the annoying thing about this is, as you guys can see in the little fine print at the top, it is super fine. You can barely read it. It says requirements: complete all objectives in the yard with the Ultimate Kickoff blue jerseys equipped. And you're probably like, okay, Ultimate Kickoff blue jerseys, how can I get those on my team? It must be free. I can probably go ahead and just pick them up, and maybe it costs me like 1,000 coins, maybe 5,000 coins. No, you literally have to pay money for these or pay cred, which is a little bit foolish on EA's part. As you guys can see, when we go to our home screen and we go to the main menu, if you click limited time deals in the bottom left corner, you're gonna see the jerseys right here. They're basically like the first thing you'll see on the screen. It's gonna be the Ultimate Kickoff Pass pass jersey, and these are basically the jerseys you need to equip and play all your yard stuff with in order to get credit with even getting close to the objectives. As you can see, this costs 50,000 cred, or it costs you $10. If you have the cred and you like playing the yard and you play Ultimate Team as well, that's really the only time I would actually recommend you do this. If you play the yard and you have cred, like I said before, you've got over 50k, you could maybe go in here and buy them. Just equip them, play some yard games like you regularly would. You'll probably end up completing those objectives, but for those of us that don't want to spend money on the game and don't play a ton of yard, I would say this is one that we should probably skip. So yeah, in terms of what you guys really want to be doing right now, I would say that it's an absolute must to get up to 120 stars in the solos. The solos are honestly just way too easy to knock it up to 120 stars. It's probably taking you like 45 minutes. If you want any tips when it comes to the solos, you can definitely check out the other video that I showed you guys. And as you go through these challenges, you actually get some good packs. As you guys can see, we've got some 76 plus overall Ultimate Kickoff player packs, an 82 plus overall player pack. I will open up a couple of these right here, but honestly, boys, there's a lot of value from doing these solos. You're going to be getting some solid pulls out of these. 79 overall player. It's not the greatest right there. I will open up one more of these that I'm probably going to sign out for the video. Hope you guys have enjoyed this one, showing you guys how to get 4 players for free. I would personally only recommend that you really worry about 2 of them. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Until next time, lads, I'm out. Peace.